My name is Sharon Lee. I'm a first vice president and credit officer at Hanmi Bank. And in relations to small business, I've been in banking since 2012. So this year hits my 10-year anniversary in banking. And I've been in commercial lending since then. So, I've seen a lot of small business customers who have come to us and requested for loans, as well as personally have friends who are also interested and they have ideas that they want to turn into businesses and family as well. So it's part of my daily life, like everyday life personally too. So not just work related. So our bank, Hanmi Bank, has actually partnered with TMC Community Capital, and we're excited to launch this new program together with the group. So we'll see where it takes off from here. So credit score, it's literally a score. It's based on your credit history. Yeah, so there are three major credit reporting agencies. They are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Various entities look at our credit score when you apply for a loan, bank loan, auto loan, credit cards, mortgages, HELOCs, you name it, utility companies, phone companies, apartment landlords, everybody practically. So when these entities obtain your credit score, they're looking to see, well, first of all, your score. They want to see the range between, is it fair, poor, excellent. And the score, it really determines, on the credit report itself, it shows all your history of all the accounts that you open, close, paid off in a timely manner, delinquencies. Also, any public records will show on there as well. And basically, it's to show your creditworthiness and how well you'll be able to repay back your debt. So many factors affect your credit score. Delinquencies, inquiries, if your balance is too high, if your credit cards are not revolving, meaning you're not using and paying it, they want to see it in a cyclical manner. So, with the whole global pandemic and supply chain disruption and all these various factors, there's a lot of risks these days, and identity theft and is also a factor. So in order to prevent, you want to minimize your risk as much as you can. Monitor your credit report. Every time I apply for any kind of loan, mortgage, they give you the option to get a copy of your credit report. I ask for it all the time because I want to see what's on there. If there's anything that's not familiar to me, I'm gonna go dispute it right away because that's my future on the line. So especially now, I feel like it's critical to maintain surveillance, if you would, on your credit. So good credit score. Speaking in terms of FICO score specifically, the score ranges from 300 to 850. Good score I would say ranges from like 660, 670 to like 700. So as long as you're in that range, even so for us, above 660 is considered a good credit score. The companies, they use a scoring model, and I know different brands use different models. So each score, like Vantage, FICO, they're all gonna have different. It depends on which score that you're looking at, basically. But essentially, it boils down to utilization, how well you use it, you pay it back. Let's say if the balance is just staying up there constantly, that's not revolving. So your score may drop. And so, if you're opening additional accounts when you're having all these high balance accounts, that's also going to drop down your score. So lots of factors. Great news, you can actually get a free credit report every year. You can go to annualcreditreport.com. It's free. So every 12 months, you're able to pull one free credit report. And I believe it has all three credit bureaus scoring on there. up until recently, I was shopping around for a mortgage, and so I kind of dropped by a couple 10 points. But I'm usually in the upper 700s, and the way that I maintain is to just make sure that I keep my usage at a minimum. On my credit cards, I try to keep it around like 10 to 15% usage, maybe never above 20, because that personally it makes me a little bit nervous, and I try to be aware of like what kind of applications I put in. If I had a credit card I opened earlier this year, then maybe I might hold off on opening like additional accounts until towards like, a little bit of time has passed and my credit score has recovered a little bit. And so, the annual free reports, it really does help. You can just make sure to see which accounts you have open, which, like, I had a couple instances where I was like, oh, this department store card was still open. So I had that closed. And if there are items on your report, let's say you got your free annual report and there's this department store that you've never been to, there's a credit card open under your credit, and you want to dispute it, there are two options. You can either file it online or by mail, and quick Google search will take you on your way. The biggest risk to watch out for would be predatory debt consolidation, where you would be offered a loan to pay off another loan, but usually it's with higher interest. So in the long run, it may not be beneficial.